Hi everyone. My name is Syahidah and I have spent 10 years shooting with my bow and arrows as a Team Singapore Paralympic archer. Thank you. I'm really glad to be here today. Today I'm not going to talk to you about my medals or my results, but today I would like to share with you about my dreams and what is it like to chase those dreams. So my journey did not start with something big. It started with a little bit of serendipity, but a whole lot of curiosity. When I was 18 years old, I came across this Disability Sports Expo that was organized by the Singapore Disability Sports Council. And as you know, being the age of 18 is actually one of the significant milestones in our lives, because that is the age where we make our own choices. So I chose to go into the expo and try out all the para sports. One of them is para archery. Now, what interests me the most was actually how the exhibit was designed. There was a chair that was situated 5 meters away from the target board. And beside that chair, there's a wooden bow, not like this one, and a couple of arrows. Now, my first thought was, that's totally different from archery. I always thought archery is like a standing sport. And due to my disability, cerebral palsy, it's actually a challenge for me to stand for too long, let alone play archery. So when I saw this exhibit, all I saw was possibility. So I sat down on that chair. I hold the wooden bow on one hand, pulled it on the other, and I found out that all my arrows was at the center of the target. That was one of my greatest sense of achievement back then. So my journey started from getting to know about para archery and learning about the para sports in Singapore to learning about para archery as a skill. From one arrow to another, going to various training sessions, training camps, and smaller competitions, up to the point I found myself representing for Singapore at the age of 30. And the journey has been amazing so far. As an athlete, I always dreamt of going into the Paralympics and winning a Paralympic medal one day. And over the course of 10 years, I have been to a lot of major games all over the world, like ASEAN Para Games, Asian Para Games, Asian and World Championship, and even Paralympics, not one, but 3 editions. So I'm actually living the dream while chasing the other half of it, which is winning the Paralympic medal one day. But as an athlete, I also learned that it requires a lot of sacrifices and a whole lot of discipline, especially in terms of what I do in training, how I eat, how I sleep, and how I act in public. So when people came up to me and asked, hey, is this worth it? I would say, yes, it's all worth it because I'm still chasing my dream. But as you know, all dreams, there will be nightmares. As a high-performing athlete, one of the common hurdles that we face is actually physical injuries from our sport. Now, as you know, physical injuries can be recovered through constant and structured rehabilitation and physiotherapy. But to me, one of my greatest hurdles was none other than experiencing self-doubt, fears, and unhappiness in the sport. And that is a huge challenge to overcome and need some help to get through it. So representing for Singapore, or any country for that matter, it does have its responsibilities, but it also carries a lot of weight, a lot of expectations, not only from others, but more within myself. So chasing my dream of winning the Paralympic medal turned to become an obsession. And that made me more outcome-oriented. I became more fearful of making mistakes. I become really close-minded on learning new things to help me improve on my skills. And that caused me to make bad calls and bad shots in matches, especially the crucial ones. One of the key moments I remember completely was during Paris Paralympics, which is actually very recent. So I remembered that I was shooting against Australia, and I was shooting so well, up to the point where my body felt so tensed up. Could be nervousness, anxiety maybe. And I actually shot a 5 on the target. And that's it, game over. My Paralympic journey in Paris came to an end. It was very quick. I didn't even make it to the next round. So I become really heartbroken, but mostly very angry at myself. Because how could I, a seasoned archer who have been through so many competitions, made a mistake shooting a 5, which is a lower score in the target? My coach and my sports psychologist at that time saw me spiraling down mentally. And so I decided to take a 3-month break away from archery completely. And it so happens that break actually was very important because it made me have to choose and decide whether should I still continue with para archery or should I retire completely. And as you can see, I'm still standing here competing, so which means I have a good ending, right? Yeah. So that 3 months was important to just focus on myself and to heal myself. So what I did is I went to New Zealand for 1 month. I explored both North and South on my own. I gained new experiences. I try to overcome my fear of heights a little bit through paragliding and many other things. And I also interacted with the locals. And it hit me that all this time in my journey, I've always seen myself as Syahidah the archer. But I rarely seen myself as Syahidah the person. Syahidah who loved books, who loved to read, who loved cats and other furry animals. I have no biasness with that. And Syahidah who loved to travel. I also start embracing my curiosity again and my openness to learning new things, just as what I did before, the first time when I started that journey. And it has been great so far. And I feel that I've saw a lot of progress, especially this year. I would think that it was all thanks to my coach and also my team at Sports Singapore, and especially my sports psychologist, who is always there to help me to overcome my fears, my self-doubt, and help me to regain back my enjoyment in competing. And I'm glad to say that this is considered a comeback year for me, because not only I see myself progressing in all of my competitions, but I also found out that I've been ranked world number 4 in world archery. Thank you. So I'm climbing back up. and it's a good start. But I believe that if I still continue on that journey and with the help of the people around me, I believe that I can achieve that dream, that North Star of getting that Paralympic medal one day. So here's what I learned about dreams and chasing them. Dreams are exactly like archery, right here. We aim what we see. But in order for us to make sure that the arrow flies straight and to where it's supposed to go, we need to have a lot of strength to hold on to that bow and to pull that bowstring right here. And of course, there'll be some distractions along the way, like strong winds, and you will feel that like you're losing control. But don't be afraid about it. As long as you have that self-belief that your equipment and your skills are there and all in good condition, I'm very sure that the arrow will fly where it's supposed to land, what you aim to see. So chasing dreams works that way. You need a lot of strength, a lot of patience, and a lot of self-belief in your journey. Dare to dream big. But at the same time, be open to getting people involved in that dream in order for you to achieve it. Thank you.